Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Cornieh. Cornieh is from Germany, so let's see what Cornieh has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Cornieh, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So tell me, how was your day today?
Today was a pretty lazy day for me because in Germany we today have a holiday called Allerheiligen, which is some Christian holiday stuff, and that get to a not completely state holiday, but in some parts of the country it's a holiday. And yeah, so I got a free day today, and yeah, I was just lazy on the couch with my boyfriend and stuff, so pretty
Oh,
relaxed.
so where are you based in Germany?
I'm living in Essen. It's somewhere between Düsseldorf and Cologne.
Oh, I see. And that's the place where you're born and raised?
No, I was born in a small town called Herdorf, which is more if you're driving down to the south, right? It's around 150 kilometers away from Frankfurt.
Okay.
And yeah, there where I was born and raised, and I lived there till I was somewhere in the middle in the mid 20s or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I moved together with my two boyfriends, and yeah, since then we live in Essen.
I see. So you are in a triple relationship.
Yes, right.
Wow. So tell me, what's the best part of being in a triple relationship? What's the most joy of it? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
Oof, good question. For me, most time, and what I tell the most people is that for me, it's like a standard two-person relationship. Sometimes it's easier because with three, when you have decisions and two are for saying yes and one is for saying no, you already have more people who are saying yes. So it's sometimes easier to decide things. But for example, when it's about driving to holidays or something like that, it's always like when you have three different opinions where do you have to go, then sometimes harder to decide what will you do and what not.
And you, three of you living together as well.
Yeah, we live together in a house. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Okay, so through the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your point of views, okay?
Yeah. I watched a few of your videos with Jack Dixon, for example, and yeah, they were
Yeah,
fun.
Jack Dixon was a lovely interview actually, and it was so great to see the other part of him that not many people knew. And I
Yeah,
think it was great, and he was very open as well. It was
absolutely.
it was very close to his birthday as well, and
Yeah.
it was amazing. He sent me back like a short testimonial feedback video regarding the interview. So he was a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know anything about him since when I approached him online on
Really?
social media. In the same way I approached you, and I sent him a message, and he replied. And when he replied, I started looking a little bit about him, his profile, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, interesting. And it was fun to talk to him so open. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jack Dixon, if you watch this interview, I miss your so
Yeah.
Cornea, yeah, before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I'd like you to tell me something interesting about the city where you live right now. Tell me something unique about the place where you're living.
Oh, something unique about Essen. That's a really good question. I think that the most unique thing about the whole area we live in is that some 20, 30 years back, the called Ruhrpott, which is in the middle of Germany, it was really known for metal industry and all this stuff. And what when I first drive over here was long before I started the relationship with my two boyfriends now, was for a concert. And what fascinates me was like the structure of the surroundings. Like you have all these old parts from steel manufactories, and then they started to put everywhere trees and grass and everything. And so there's this mixture between steel, heavy metal, and the flora, and that fascinates me the most sometimes. Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Very good. Cornieh, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah, absolutely. But what I have to say, it could happen that my sound card sometimes tilts a little bit. So it can happen that I don't hear you and you don't hear me. So that I just have to replug it, and then everything should work again.
Not a problem. You're always gonna find a way.
Absolutely. Okay.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Okay, floor from the fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
First question for you is, tough question. What makes you the saddest?
What makes me the saddest? I mean, I could go really deep now with the answer of that question, because when sometimes society makes me really sad when I look at the children and how they get raised and stuff. Yeah, but besides that, making me sad is mostly pretty hard because I mostly try to be a happy person, which not is always the case, but yeah. to separate really a thing, it depends on the situation and what happens, what people say maybe sometimes, but it's not that easy to make me really, really sad especially for a long time.
Okay. And what makes you the happiest, the opposite?
Good food. Good food can make me really, really happy. Or when I'm with my boys, then I'm also most time I'm really happy then.
Oh,
It's nice seeing them when, for example, we have some kind of different hobbies, and so it sometimes happens that one of them is away for a week or half a week or something like that, and then when we're back together, mostly on Sundays, and then we have our little routines when we order some food from a close imbiss and sitting together watching a movie. This sometimes is really the thing that makes me happy.
do you like cooking?
Let's say I was forced to like it. I prefer eating than cooking, but yeah, sometimes it's also can be fun. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Next question. Hey, Cornier from Germany. Next question is, which question you'd like to be asked?
I always like when people ask me how old I am, because most of them, even when I was way much younger, most of them really answered wrong because I started growing the beard when I was really young, and so always people think that I'm older than I am really. It's also when I'm somewhere out with my boys. It's one of my boyfriends is all the time the people think that he is younger than me, but in case he's 2 years older than me.
Are you okay to tell your age?
Yeah, I'm 36.
Wow. Tell me, age for you is something that bothers you, or it's just a matter of life?
Absolutely not. We're just getting older. We're just getting better.
Absolutely. A lot of wisdom.
Yeah, that's also, yeah.
Amazing. Next question.
Yes.
Before the next question, tell me, what do you do for work, for living?
I'm a nurse.
Oh my God, amazing. Wow. So tell me a little bit about your career.
About my career. Okay. I started with the job when I was 16 or 17 years old, but in that time I didn't work a nurse because I became a mechanic. But after a few years in the job, I lost my job and was unemployed for 1 year.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then my parents were like, "Oh, you need to do something." And my father just grabbed me to the next hospital where he also worked, and I did work there a little bit for free, just to have something to do. And yeah, and then I decided, so okay, I do the second. I always forget what it's called in English. I learned to be a nurse then.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and then I worked there for at first in the hospital where I learned. There on a, I think it's terminal station where Plum said where the people go to die.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, and I worked there for around 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
In that time, I also started. I always enjoyed to work with the students and stuff, and so I made a special um, ticket or whatever it's called to that I'm allowed to officially work with those guys and teach them how to get a nurse
Mm-hmm.
in the practical way. And yeah, and then I met my boyfriends, and after a few times after a bit I moved up here to Essen and worked there then in a uni clinic. And now for 2 years I decided I needed a little bit more of change again, and so now I'm driving around and for a company and go to different hospitals always for a short period of time, and then work there and then go to another hospital and then another hospital, and yeah, help where I've been needed.
Amazing. And what do you like the most about being a nurse? What's the biggest joy of it?
Helping people, to be honest. It's always fun, even if you know you can't help them, that they don't get cured or something like that. Support them in the ways that they have at least the last time in their life is a good time, and help them to die without pain or something like that. And yeah, just help those people.
Interesting you sharing that because I had an interview with a doctor a while ago, and he works in this area where people they are, sadly passing away, and he's the one who signed the documents, informed the families. So
Yeah,
and he told me actually it's a very good interview because he says that people always see this as a negative thing, but if you look deeply, people they are literally passing away. It's a powerful moment,
yeah,
that people, it's not easy, of course, for the family, but at the same time as well, it's a moment that you can see in different ways.
yeah. And you just can help the people, the patients and the families to get over it, and to have a good cut, a good end. And that's
Uh,
all, because I think we all would agree with that. If someone we love dies, that we don't want to see them die in pain or while they feel really, really sick and stuff. And
mhm.
if you have people that helps to that they don't get in this really bad situation, it's a good thing. It's hard, yes, because
Yeah.
especially when you have those patients for a long period of time. When I remember back, we have one girl as a patient which was really, really young. She had a disease from the time when she were born. Um, and she was the whole 4 years that I worked on that station, she was my patient. She always was a few months home, then came back, and everything like that. But I know her for all the time. And I think it was around 3 or 4 years later when I talked to an old colleague, and when she told me that the girl died. And I felt that. It's still emotions inside, because you remember those people. And it's always
Yeah,
not nice. It's not, but still it's nice to help those people in some way.
absolutely. Okay. Next question is, if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
A pig, definitely a pig. That's why I have it on my knuckles.
Oh, I see. So tell me a little bit about your connection with pig.
I don't know. It's some years ago in the gay community. Pigs always have this the bad rumors that are told about them, that are dirty animals and stuff. But in my opinion, they are not. And I think they are so cute when I see on Instagram looking around and you see people with the little house pigs and stuff. They are so super cute, but also had this rumors around them that they are so dirty, and somehow there is how I felt the connections to them, because some people tell me that I would look cute and I'm also can be dirty, so
That's funny. Yeah, it's I think the gay community, there are so different tribes, different communities, and I think nowadays with social media, people they're expressing a lot about their what they like, what thing they're connected with, and I think that's very empowering because I think nowadays with the good part of social media is about that, is about people expressing who they are, what they like, without any shame, without anything, any judgment. And I think that's the best part. For example, when I asked this question to you, you knew the answer straight away.
Yeah.
Pig, like be a pig. And I think, people, they relate to that as well. You know what I mean? Because the community is so big out there. And I think it's so great to talk about so openly and, express yourself. The way you said was just here, like you just said, a pig. That's amazing. And yeah, that's great. I love that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Cornieh from Germany. Next question is, what hurt your feelings?
When people betrayed me and lied to me and stuff. That's mostly the things that hurt me, especially when it's people that I know for a longer time, that I supported in which way ever, and who I always help and stuff. And when those people betrayed me, that really hurts me the most.
When you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the best part of being you? What's the best part of being Cornieh?
The best part of being me is that I think I finally come to feeling really well in my body and in myself, and getting to the point to just enjoy my life. That I realized from looking back on how I was years ago and now, and how much I changed. I know that some people from my past say that I changed in a bad way, but for me, it's like I'm starting to feel being myself, and that's, at the moment, I would say, is the best part of me.
Amazing. Ready for another question?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next one. How do I say next question in German?
Nächste Frage.
Next Frage.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question is, what is your favorite place in the entire world and why?
The favorite place in the entire world. I think there are so much. I could say now that my favorite place is being with my boyfriend, which some kind also is true, but also there are so many nice places around the world which I would love to see, which I never had seen. But which places I really also enjoyed were when I have my family holidays and we were up in the mountains in the southern area of Germany, Bavaria, Switzerland, and Austria and some stuff. There are some awesome places where we have been. Yeah, I would say when you really would put it on a location, I would say it's the Bavarian or Berlin. Berlin is also the most amazing places.
How far are you from Berlin?
It's around 450 kilometers or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Next question. Let's do it. Cornieh, before the next question, I was checking your profile and I could see that you express yourself through sex very open. Yeah, your sex expression, it's out there and so natural and visible as well. Yeah. So tell me, you always been this way, and tell me a little bit about your journey expressing yourself regarding sex.
I definitely not was all the time like that. As as I said before to you, I was born in a small village, and where being gay wasn't really a big thing. I mean, I never got big problems there for being gay after I really realized it, but I was raised like a normal kid or whatever you would call it. And so I got my first girlfriends and stuff, and also had there my first regular sex. And yeah, but after a while, after I even was engaged to a girl,
Wow.
and after she left me, I got my first boyfriend, and yeah, I got down to the gay sex life, but he was really different to how my boyfriends are now and how I am now. And so at one point I felt really stuck in being in a monogamous relationship and stuff, and so it didn't feel right for me, and I met my now boyfriends then. And yeah, and then I started to express or get to know the gay sex life,
Mhm.
which includes a lot of fetish stuff, and it got more and more, and I got fascinated by it and tried out different things. I tried things that I don't like anymore, and I tried things that I ever thought I would never like, but now I like them. And yeah, it was I think in the last around 7 or 8 years for me, it was a big journey, and where I really changed a lot in how I express myself. I also had times where I was very introvert, and now for me, I love, as you've seen on my Instagram profile, and my
Mhm.
Instagram still is really, because Instagram don't allow everything, so there's really more bad parts about me. um, but yeah, nowadays I love to just express in front, also in front of a camera and stuff, and show myself from different sides. And yeah.
Okay, very good. Next question is, if someone offered to tell your future, would you accept it or not, and why?
No, I don't want to know what exactly will come. For example, I would never would like to know the date of where I die, because I would so focus on that, and then try to hesitate with other stuff to which I want to experience till then. And now it's like I just want to live my life in every day and enjoy it like it is. So if someone would tell me the future, no,
I see.
not interested.
Right, so I have 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Next question for you is, what was your best friend's name growing up, and why did you consider this person as your best friend at the time?
When I grew up, well, it changed in between. I would say the my best friend for the longest period that I had was somewhere on between 12 and mid 20s. His name was Daniel.
Mhm.
And I would say we were best friends because we just got together to so many nice times and also shitty times. We started at the same time with tattooing, and we started, we go out party a lot. We had fights with Nazis and everything like that, and we drink a lot together. And yeah, it's someone, it was that feeling that he's my best friend, because there was this time that even when we don't heard from each other for like a week or something, we know everything is all right and we don't have to take care. But when there was something, it was like immediately, so hey, is everything all right? And yeah, then there was something wrong. And so that was the point where I guess we both know that yeah, that's more than just a simple friendship. So yeah.
And when you realized that you were gay, did you have the support of your family? Did you come out to them?
When I think if I would look back and be honest to myself, I should have really realized it way much earlier than I was true to myself. Because as we all know, as young kids, we watched certain movies on the internet and stuff. And for me, always seeing the females there, Yeah, they had nice bodies, but it always was not interesting for me. I more was interested in seeing the male parts. But that I really was start trying out, I think it was at the beginning, mid 20s, so around 22, 23 or something like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, and my family, when I had my coming out to them, they were super supportive, especially my mom. My mom was like when I go up to them, was like, "Hey, mom, I have to talk to you about something. I think I'm gay." She was just looking at me, "Oh, honey, that you're bisexual, I always was imagined."
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then we had to talk in the kitchen. My father joined in, and he was also cool with it. My brother is cool with it, and also my
Wow.
grandmothers, they both were super supportive with it. My granddads, they're a little bit more. The one don't just want to hear about it, and the other one is always like a little bit. He's supportive to me also, but he's a little bit like, so yeah, that's just the phase, because with women it's all better and stuff, and you someday will find out. And yeah, he still believes it, and that's fine with me because I know he loves me. And yeah,
Oh, I can see that. Are you very close to your family?
I am, yeah.
That's amazing. Very good. 2 questions left. Let's do it. For the next one, of course, it's visible. Your tattoos, your beautiful tattoos around your body, your arms. Tell me which one is the first one you ever had and the latest one.
The first one I ever had was my dragon that's going up from here all over to the chest. It goes to, I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
anything, but it's
yeah.
getting round. And the funny thing was that the tattoo artist, when I said, I want a dragon from that to that, he was like, "It's your first one, you're crazy." Because he was thinking that I would go to so much pain that he was nearly to refuse it, because it's too big for a first one, blah, blah, blah. But we did it, and I'm happy with it. And the latest one is one I have on my leg, which the funny thing is, which I for myself then did the model for the tattoo artist, which is a little bit of a kinky tattoo.
I see. All right.
I think it's
Next,
also somewhere on my Instagram profile. I think I put a picture on there.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out after the interview.
Yeah.
Next question is, if you could be a character in a movie, who that would be and why?
A character in a movie. There are so many movies, and there are so many good movies, but I think I would love to be Margie Robert as Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
Interesting.
I love her. I always loved Harley Quinn, and Margaret Robbie was for me the perfect implementation of her. She played her so well.
Amazing. Ready for the last question?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, through your career as a nurse, tell me a moment or a situation that's always going to have a special place in your heart.
A special place in my heart, a situation. I think it was really when one of my long-time patients died. Because I also knew the family. I knew them from my childhood also already, and the family itself was so thankful and everything, and a lot of hugging and crying and everything. But this was a really touchy moment, which I think I will never forget. And yeah, I would say that was one of the saddest and the nicest at the same time, somehow.
Oh, okay. Last question is, which holiday season of the year you feel more connected with and why?
Winter. Definitely winter, because the heat in the summer always kills me. I never could imagine, like, and now I'm back in my mind with the interview with Jack Dixon, and when he said that he lived in California, I could never imagine living in a place like that, even if I would like, because it's a nice area, but having all that heat every summer, I would die. I would definitely die. And years ago, I was a lot of driving snowboard.
Oh,
And
wow.
so winter always was for me. And I also like the snow, and it looks, the nature just looks beautiful then and everything. So yeah, winter season would be my favorite season.
And it snow a lot, the place where you live?
Sadly, no, sadly, no. The snow that comes down here is more like watery. So the people are
Uh-huh.
also absolutely scared then to drive car. So the traffic then here in the winter season is absolutely horror.
I see. Okay. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay. I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Just
Let's,
any word that comes to you, say something and then something that comes up in my
yeah,
mind. Okay.
any word. One word for money.
I hate it. Disgusting.
Family.
Love.
Life.
Hard.
One word for love.
Boyfriend.
Sex.
Important.
Religion.
War.
Politics.
Lies.
Fear.
Beer or fear?
Fear.
Spiders.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. One word for desire.
Hard.
Regret.
One word for regret. Alcohol.
Success.
Happiness.
Wish.
Happiness.
And one word for happiness.
Food.
Wow. Your partners, they cook for you a lot?
Sometimes, yeah. But the thing is that mostly from the work times that I'm the one who's at home at first. So mostly then it's me that just go into the groceries and start cooking, so that when they come home, that the food is already ready and we can eat together.
Oh. One word for fetish.
Expression.
What's your biggest fetish right now?
Pretty hard to say, because most people always with fetish categorize in the different things like leather or latex and stuff. But for the most fetishes, it's also the kinks that you're playing in, like water sports, fisting, and such stuff. And my biggest, it would be really hard for me to decide which one would be my biggest kink. At the moment, I guess a lot of people would say to me that one of the biggest kinks would be fisting. So,
okay. And the last one now, Germany, one word.
Kind of freedom.
Interesting. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your both boyfriends for a coffee, and I'm going to ask them, tell me the most beautiful thing about Cornieh, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What they would say.
I guess they would say what I have to work on is communication sometimes. Definitely. That because sometimes but it's all because of my part that I'm sometimes scared to say things out loud. That's my introverted part. Or talking about my feelings and stuff. It's sometimes something that they say, you have to talk about that. And I would say what they really appreciate about me is that I really care for them.
Beautiful. Let's play now Cornieh and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, Yeah.
I'm all the time thinking about what should I ask you? What would be a fun question that hopefully no one would have asked before. So
Okay. I'm going to play the music one more time just to give a little bit more time for you to think. Okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. You can ask me a question now.
Yeah, let me think about it. Question for you. I had some ideas in my mind, but mostly now they are gone because I was focusing on the questions that you asked me. Have you ever regret on something very important that happened in your life?
Good question, Cornieh. Now you put me in the spot now. You got me back now on that. Okay, I see regrets as lessons. Yeah, I think all of us, we're gonna have those moments when you feel regret for some reason. Yeah, when you are younger, you suffer a lot. You go into those thoughts like on and on and on and on. And when you realize that regret, it's a good feeling of regret. It's a powerful place to be because you are learning about yourself. You are, growing up. You are, molding your personality. Back to your question, I think again, I try not to regret anything in life. I try not to, but one of the moments that I felt that for me was difficult to get the message, and sometimes was right. It's when they could see that, and they were like, "William, you're not yourself. You're not behave as yourself. Something's not right." And I was like, no, I'm fine. And I didn't listen to them. I thought that I was just following my intuition. And sometimes your friends, your family, they see yourself better than you see, you think.
Yeah.
And when you look back, you go like, okay, actually, I was wrong. I was wrong. So I would say that I think, I had moments in my life when my friends, they gave me some advices, and maybe I wasn't ready to take it, or maybe I thought I was right, and those moments I don't regret, but at the same time as well, I felt the feeling of regretting when I thought about them. When you realize that you're being silly, you're not being yourself. And I think that's the moment when I think about regret. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything because I think everything happens for
a reason.
to mold, for a reason, and to make the person you are right now. But those moments when I look back, it was a feeling of regret because I wasn't listening to my friends.
Yeah.
So that's one of the moments in my life. That's and again, with those feelings gonna go in different parts of your life. And if you just try to understand the message out there, and if you try to understand why you are feeling this way, or why things are happening, it's a powerful place to be, and you can always come out of it and take the lesson. So that's how I see.
Yeah, absolutely feel you.
Did you enjoy the interview, Cornieh?
I did. It was fun. Yeah.
Thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and sweet.
Really
Actually,
welcome.
as soon as I approached you, you were very kind and you accepted the invitation. So we just made memories right now.
Memories are always good.
Amazing. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Try to regret less in life. Try to live your life. Try to be happy in life. That's really, I think that where you should look, and that's a good advice I think I can give.
Amazing. Regards to your partners, to your family, and you keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure having you on the show.
For
okay,
sure. It was a pleasure for me.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.